What's going on, everybody? Javi here.
What up, Gustavo here?
Episode 27.
2607.
Ooh,
27.
boy, I just said it, boy.
I forgot.
Episode 27, January 2nd. Happy New Year. We are in
New year, new me.
2023. That's crazy. New year, new us. Because, hey, New Year, me too, bro. I got some new things I'm already, you know what I'm saying, start doing with myself.
I was ironically saying that. I think, was it ironically?
I know. Because last episode, you were like, man, people be saying New Year, new me. It's the same you. Stop playing games.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, I know.
That was me?
That was
What
you.
I sound
bro.
like?
No,
Dang.
I didn't use auto-tune like that.
Auto-tune.
I'm just joking.
Anyway.
Anyways, so what's happening in 2023 this year? What do you know that's happening?
So you asked me last time, what's it called? New Year's resolutions. I don't really have resolutions, but I'm not going to drink soda, that's for sure. I said that last time.
Okay, so no soda the whole year?
The whole year, no soda.
Okay.
All right.
That's what's up. That's a good one.
Yeah, I kind of just want to have like things I want to hit. Not like really too concrete, but stuff I want to focus. Like more reading. I read, but I want to read even more.
Like books or...
Yeah, just... Yeah.
Well, I can say like books, like, but also like manga, because he's really big in manga.
Yeah, I'm always reading manga, but yeah, like more books.
Okay.
Different stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know, just get more active again, physically.
Okay, sweet. Yep. I'm the same way. I think physically I want to get more active. I do want to read more books. I don't, my last year I had a goal to read. I mean, it's only a small goal, 3 books. I read 2.5. I didn't finish the third. But this year I want to read 5. And I'm going to do that.
You could do more than 5.
I could, but I mean,
you go for 12.
Whoa.
10.
I'll go for 6.
Okay.
There's a book every 2 months. So I'll do that. Then I'll change mine to 6.
Me too. I'll do at least 6.
Yeah, all right. Deal. I do want to get a little more active socially as well. Like, I want to build, and I mean in terms of like networking. Like, I want to start, like last year I had a goal. I wanted to like host an event. Like, I wanted to host like a 3v3 tournament here in Middle Georgia area, and I never did do it. It was complication with like where I can find a field at and how am I going to get people to like register for the event. But this year for sure I'm going to host an event, a soccer specific event, because I'm always going to be in the sports world. I'm always going to be related to soccer, football. You know, I just want to connect my city, my area more, and put myself in the middle of it. So I'm going to do that. So that's why I said no socially, like networking type stuff. But yeah, and like working out too. Like on the past year, I was slacking off. I didn't really work out as much as I should have. I started the year really good, but the end of the year, no bueno. So I was really big. I don't know. I think I said this before, but I used to do a workout, and I'm gonna go back to it. It's called I call it the 100s workout. It's like 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 sit-ups.
Oh, so you're One Punch Man. Then.
One Punch Man. But I did not. I never did the 10K run that he does.
Does he do 10K?
Yeah, 10K.
I don't remember.
Why I'm not a runner.
Yeah, running is just, I don't know, it's boring. I am going to start running more, but it is boring.
Yeah, it's just...
I think you just got to get to the point where it's not boring.
Yeah.
If there's a point, I don't know.
There is. I heard there's a point that you just...
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people would get past that point and then like, oh, they really enjoy it, and they'll just do it just because like they enjoy like the pain it gives you. Like if you talk to like runners, like real runners, like they really thrive off of that pain. They'll run until they feel that pain, and then they'll start counting the miles. Like I don't know, I couldn't do that. Like growing up myself, I always was told like don't run on concrete. Soccer player, don't run on concrete that much. It'll hurt your knees, and you won't be able to play as long. So maybe that like kind of influenced my influenced my desire to run, like running.
Yeah.
Like when I played soccer, like if you give me a ball at my feet, I would never think about how much I ran. I would like just run, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But just running, just to run like in a mile or 2 miles, 3 miles, I'm like, dang, am I done yet?
So another thing, we've talked about it a few times, how we're just kind of like going with the flow, figuring things out, how you want to do the podcast. I do want to
solidify.
Yeah, kind of like central down what we talk about, or like what we're about. I think what we wanted to talk about originally, and we had like the good idea, and I think we should like go back to that, because we kind of, like I said, we're testing and figuring out what we want to do, how to do it, and different stuff. And the other thing too is we need to like actually put more effort, maybe not a lot, but a little bit more to doing stuff, especially with what I have in mind right now. And I haven't spoken to Javi about it yet, but I'm going to talk to him right now and see what he thinks. But
I'm on board. I already know where you're going with this.
So yeah, like originally, again, we wanted to promote like not necessarily masculinity, but like, you know, just men, boys, you know, stuff like that. And so I think like overall, I think especially like going to the new year, you know, new year, new me, it'd be cool to like just, you know, be like a growth, like
Yeah,
just talk
focus
about
more on like
growth.
positive mental health,
Yeah.
like regarding men.
Yeah, and just in general, but yeah, focus on men. And I think for the next few episodes, I actually have something in mind that I want to do. I guess we have to really structure the format, or really master the format, essentially, of what I have in mind. So what I'm thinking of is like, I don't know, like we'll figure out how many episodes, but like just do like a short thing and then tie it into us. Essentially, talk about like great men throughout history, right? Starting from whatever time period. We can just jump around. It doesn't even have to be like chronological order, but
Yeah.
we can just do one guy, you know, research him, figure out stuff about him.
And just share what we find out.
Yeah,
too.
just talk about him, what made him great, what made him a man, you know, what made him succeed, you know, what was his downfall if that's applicable, you know, just different stuff. And then just talk about it in the context of that time period to our time period, you know, see if there's any similarities, you know, anything that can like transfer in terms of like what we can learn from that. You know what I mean? Like just different stuff like that. And then again, tie it into like being men and, you know, if there's boys, you know, I say boys like teenagers watching,
what's that generation called? The new generation. What's this? We are generation what?
I think we're X.
So the next
Z.
generation be like generation like Y
X.
and Z.
Lily's Gen Z, so that was 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're right before that. Is that Gen Y? Is it Gen X, Y, Z? I don't remember. Either way,
they have new gen too. I think that's one.
Yeah.
So instead of saying like, we'll talk about like the new gen, like the new generation.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
So like you keep saying like younger like boys and whatnot. We'll just refer to them as like, you know, the new generation. Like people who are in that category.
Yeah, like just the new generation. But also I want it to be for guys who maybe like not, if they happen to even find the podcast, right? If there's a guy out there who
it's like 45.
Yeah, anyone. It could be for anyone. Like just, you know, again,
there's like the
original
male,
idea.
male population.
The original idea is circling thoughts, right? So we want to circle thoughts with each other and the viewers. So I think like really focusing and hunkering down on that would be cool. And I guess to get the ball rolling a little bit, and I thought about it just not too much. I want to think about it more, but I'm going to run it by you and see what you say. I'm going to ask you and I'll tell my answer so you can think about yours.
Okay.
So basically, what do you think it means to be like a man? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. For me,
so you think, I want you to think, and I'm going to give some, what I think is like some parameters, right?
Yeah.
So the basic parameters for me, again, this is me. I mean, other people have their thing. For me, the basic parameters for the definition of a man, you know, you have to have something basic, right? You have to be an actual man from a biological standpoint, right? If you were like born a man and you had some sort of accident and you don't have, you know, your genitalia, you're still a man in that aspect. You know what I mean? So, because there's definitely, like, just say everyone was watching in the world. You know what I mean? You don't want the definition to exclude people who might feel like they're not a man because of certain things. You know what I mean? So, for instance, that, like, again, if someone had an accident and they lost their penis or whatever, they're still a man. You know what I mean? So I think the overall, I'm like out of breath today for some reason.
Yeah, bro, relax.
The overall like definition for me, again, you have to be born a man, right? You can't be biologically a female at birth.
Yeah.
Right. And again, regardless of if you lost something in an accident. And there was a few other things I think I had in mind, but that's really just the main one.
They'll probably come to you more after I share what my thoughts are on what a man is.
Well, that's the parameters.
Okay.
As far as what I think, like what it means to be a man, right? You're not born a man, right? You have to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're born a male or a female.
You're born, yeah.
You become a man with.
You become a man or a woman with life, with experience, with stuff like that.
Yep.
I think for me, again, I haven't thought too much on it because I wanted to see what you kind of came up with kind of quick. would be, I guess, being able to. Oh yeah, the other thing too was it has to be different from a woman, right? Your definition for a man cannot be. It can be right, but it's more so applicable to a man role, if that makes sense. A
Yeah, it
male
does.
role, right? So like you have to be able to. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a man thing that could be for a woman. I don't know. You have to provide for your family to be a man, right? I think a woman could take that role as well, right? You're not a man just because you might not be able to provide, because in some instances it might not be possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I'm like kind of keep going on tangent, but like the other thing with the going through guys through history, right? I think it might change our definition later. So I think that's why I want to like, just do it off rip and see what we feel like. But going back to what I think, I'd say maybe I think it boils down to being able to protect your family or protect your loved ones. For me, I think that is probably that's like the essence of a man. I think, as of right now, I think that's what I feel it is. If I sat down and thought about it more, maybe it would change. You know what I mean? But at this exact moment, I think that's what
And you
I
could
feel like
look
being a
into it
man
more.
is.
It could even change as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like over time and like just
that's
in
how
general.
it is. Time changes a lot of things. So whenever you said it to me, the first thing that popped in my head is like provide. Like a man is a provider. But as you were talking just now about like somebody who couldn't, like somebody who potentially like
That's what I'm
disabled
saying.
or whatnot.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're still a man.
Exactly. That's
but
what
they can't provide. So like
they're not any
we're
less of a man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think. That's why I kind of wanted to tackle it from that perspective, to like really study and like come to a conclusion of what we really think it is without excluding anyone who might already feel excluded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Definitely. Mine would be like be a provider, be a protector, and then I'm on a roll with P. So provider, protector. Any other P words?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But yeah, those two stuck out to me the most. Like whenever you said it to me, I just thought I was like, okay, boom. So if I'm thinking more about it, what a man would be like, yeah, provider, protector, and then just somebody who's like calm under situations. Like I mean, I guess a protector's like that. Someone who's not like too.
The thing is, the thing for me is I don't want the line to be too vague between a man and a woman. You know what I mean? I think I wanted to make it relatively clear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
so those two things,
and again, that's for
think they'll
me.
be
You know
that
what I'm
good.
saying?
Yeah.
That's just
That's
what
your own
that's-
perspective.
Yeah,
and your
that's
own
what
upbringing. And
that's
whatnot.
that's what I've come to as far as thinking. Like, because you have a man and you have a woman, right? So they have to have clear differences.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it's what makes those differences, and not from just a biological
Honestly,
standpoint.
even just hearing that, like, it's making me think about people. Cause our parents are together and still married, but for people who have who grew up in a single parent household, like their mother, if the father was gone for whatever reason, like the mother had to be a provider and a protector.
Yeah.
So that would be hard to distinguish.
Yeah, I think
the line,
I think it's a really
fine line.
Yeah, like it's difficult to say what a man is or what makes a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I definitely agree.
So I think that's like where I think it's cool to think about it now and then do this and then maybe say, oh, that they were a man because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. We'll look back on it later and be like, oh man, we were wrong, we were right, or we were this, or we were that. Yeah, definitely.
So I kind of wanted this just to be like an intro, right? We'll make this season 2 after this episode, I guess.
Yeah.
Make it a series of those ones.
Yeah, I'm good
And
with
then
that.
again, compare it to, and then still talk about our daily lives. He has a lot of the soccer stuff. I don't really have anything too important, so I'm not going to
At least he can
touch
tell
on
you about.
Yeah, I don't have anything too important to touch on. So, yeah, we'll still do stuff like that. But I mean, like the talking about like just random people or like stuff going on is cool. It's all right, but it's not like what we originally wanted to do.
Yeah.
It was kind of like just something to do. I think we just gotta maybe set a little more time and not make them as long. So like it'll be difficult to research someone and talk about them for an hour straight, and then I think it might be like 30-minute type thing. I guess again it'll be something we figure out, but
Yeah.
I think it'll be neat.
I agree. Well, I could, go on with that more. But I think the next episode, like you said, this was like introduction to that.
Well, then, yeah. Well,
new
I mean, you could
thought.
talk more on. I'm saying the next episode will be the first guy, the first
Yeah,
man that we talk about throughout
Okay.
history, whoever we decide
And
on,
in each episode will be a new
man.
person. Okay,
Yeah,
sweet. All right.
and then we, like I said, just talk about that, and we'll learn what we like over time.
Well, I'll talk about one man today. I'll talk about two men actually, and maybe we already said it maybe in the last episode about Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi.
Mm.
But Cristiano Ronaldo, he's 38 and he just signed a new deal with the Saudi Arabian team for $200 million,
Mm-hmm.
basically earning €6 a second.
Yeah, I saw that little chart today.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, like he's been at the high level for the longest. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
People are always demanding him. Oh, Ronaldo this, Ronaldo that. Like he's won several awards. You know what I'm saying? And people are hating on him for going to this league that isn't like a top 5 league in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, and it feels like people are like, diminishing him as a man for going there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this guy is not young. Like, he's 38. And in the sports
is he
world,
37 or 8?
he's 38. And in the sports world, like, if you're playing and competing at the age of 38, and no matter what sport it is, like,
But especially soccer,
You're
'cause
elite.
it's
demanding
yeah,
sport.
it's
Super
really demanding on your body.
You got to run, like, up to 10 kilometers, like, 6, 7 miles a game. Like, it is very demanding. But, yeah, his history is it's phenomenal, and I'm not taking nothing away from him. Like, I think him and Messi are both, like, GOATs. Like,
yeah,
some of the best players to ever play in the entire world. And I said earlier about, like, what's happening in 2023. I'm turning 28 in about, like, 7 months. That's wild. And the World Cup for the women is actually in New Zealand and Australia this summer as well. Cricket World Cup is happening in India this year, which is pretty
it's
big.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. I was trying to think, like, what other stuff's happening this year in 2023 that I can just think off the top of my head, but I can't really think of anything else. Obviously, everyone has a birthday every year. 1 year anniversary being married. That's crazy. Congrats, you know what I'm saying? Heck yeah.
Like 5 days.
5 days. What else? Anything else big happening this year, 2023? I think the Bitcoin halving is next year, 2024.
Yeah, next year. Maybe the markets will go up.
Well, hopefully. I mean, the government did just pass a $1.7 trillion stimulus. $400 million supposed to go to
Ukraine.
Ukraine. It's crazy, honestly, how much money has been printed in this past few years. Like, it's
Yeah,
wild.
I mean that's all they've been doing since
Just print
COVID.
money, print money,
is
print
print. That's why
Yeah.
crypto. Research it. Look into it.
Yeah, I saw a picture earlier. Someone was like at a bar. It was like a meme at a bar drinking a drink, and he had his hand on his head, like, man, the C19 is like that year is crazy. And the guy next to him was like, buddy, it's 2023. Like, it's wild. Like, all that.
Are you talking about
happened-
people still talking about it type thing?
Yeah, people still talking about it like it's like still affecting them in a certain way.
Yeah.
And it's like it's 3 years ago nearly. Like, it is wild how fast, like,
3 or 4.
three
Oh no, was it 2020?
it was March 2020.
Oh yeah.
So in March 2023, it'll be 3 years since all that has happened.
It's pretty wild.
It is wild to think about, like, it's nearly 1,000 days right there. It's actually 3 years will be over 1,000 days, but like 1,200, 365 times 3.
I mean, a lot of stuff's changed. I saw something earlier about how the remote work is causing issues with, like, a lot of companies are renting out a lot of office space, right? So they're renting out office space that no one's using because their workers are doing remote work. And I don't know. There's always a demand for housing, right? Especially in big cities like New York and stuff like that, and especially where there's a high number of homeless people, right? So there's an issue with workspaces that's not actually being used that could be used for housing. I just saw something like that earlier. People talking about it, but
Now, honestly, you talking? I was just thinking it's not about what the next episode could be about. I say, like, we can do like a 2-part thing. Like, a part 1 will always be about like a man, and the part 2 will always be about like everything else.
What do you mean everything else?
So, like, our personal lives and or like other things like sports or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like a 2-part thing. So we always start the episode with us talking about
Yeah.
like what you want to talk about. Like, what we want to talk about is like the man and what makes a man and the history of that individual and everything else. And then part 2 would be like, like I said, the sports or anything else, like daily news type stuff.
Yeah, we could do something like that.
Yeah, and that'd be straight. But that also brought me onto another thought. The other day I was with a friend and we were talking about chocolate, and I ended up coming across this thought where I was like, man, chocolate is chocolate. And he was a black guy. He looked at me like I was crazy, like, bro, chocolate is not chocolate. And we started talking about it afterwards.
Yeah, but white chocolate does not taste the same. I hate white. I don't know like white chocolate.
We didn't even bring up the white chocolate at all. We were just like light chocolate, dark chocolate. And after the conversation, I was like, bro, I cannot believe I said chocolate is chocolate. And the reason why I said that, it also came with that thought just now is because before we made the video, Kira asked me for a piece of Kit Kat. She's like, you want a piece of Kit Kat? And it was from England, big old box that she had. And I had one the other day, and just now when she asked me, I was like, no, because it was not good, I didn't think. And it was just, the chocolates are just different.
Oh, yeah, especially from the U.S. Well, the U.S. has a lot of stuff that they're not allowed to use in other countries.
Yeah, but I also like talking about with like, like people, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's different, like light skin, dark skin, you got white people, yellow people, orange people, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about the chocolate and whatnot, and I just wanted to share that thought. Basically just sharing that if you think chocolate is chocolate, you're wrong. It's definitely, they all different.
Yeah, I mean, I like dark chocolate, but
yeah, I mean, I like them all really. I ain't gonna lie.
Except white chocolate.
You like white chocolate? What?
I don't like it.
Okay. I'm trying to think what white chocolates are out there.
Oh, there's only they have like white Kit Kat, I think. They have the white Hershey's.
Yeah, the white Reese's. I tried that. It's only was that you that gave me some of that?
No, that was a peanut butter Reese's, like full peanut butter.
Yeah,
the middle and then everything. There was no chocolate.
Not good.
It was all right.
I didn't think it was good. I was like,
it wasn't better than like a regular one.
Yeah, I would just after the eating, I was like, I would never buy this myself. Like, I'm glad that someone gave it to me, because if I had bought that from the store and I ate it, I'd be like, man, I just wasted my money.
Yeah,
like, I'll be like, man, I'll go dig into the trash, look for my receipt, because anytime I leave a store, I'll be just get my receipt and just ball it up immediately.
I usually just leave it on the thing because apparently I haven't looked into it, but there's like a lot of stuff on the ink. I guess it's rubbing into your skin. I don't know though. Huh?
That's not good for you?
No, yeah, it's not.
Yeah, you literally not 9 times out of 10.
I haven't looked into it. I just saw it, but yeah.
Like if I'm cashing out and someone's like, "You want receipt?" I'm like, "No, you can just throw it away."
Yeah.
Or just like leave it there.
I think you have some workers that like literally chase you with it, and and you can't say no, never mind, because they have to walk back with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean you can, but like it's kind of weird.
You're
like, nah, just keep it, and they're like standing there with the receipt.
But a lot of people just get the receipts and just take photos of it and like get points or whatnot.
Yeah,
different things. I don't
keep track of nothing like that.
Yeah, me neither.
I was actually this is kind of random, but I went to Chick-fil-A today, and this dude was like going down. It was like in the drive-thru. He like went to the car in front of him. I was like, maybe he knows them, or maybe he's asking for money. If he's asking for money, he's coming to me next. And he came up to me and he's like, like if it's probably the same everywhere in the U.S., but it's like a store that I need to get to so and so. My car's broke down.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Something like that. Something along those lines. You've probably heard that if you're someone who drives around or whatever. Anyways. And I was like, no, man, I got a cash. And he's like, yeah, Cash App. And I looked at him and I was like, nah. And I do have a Cash App, but like,
you just was not going to give him no money.
Yeah. I mean, I just need to I think that's another thing I'm going to start doing in 2023. Like, I just need to be more direct.
Yeah.
I want to be now with like certain things. Stuff like that. Like you ask me for money. I'm like, no, I don't have any money for you. Or like, I'm not going to give you any money. You know what I mean? Just stuff in general. That's just one example. But I mean, when it's obvious, that's understandable, but that's like a well-known scam. Like, oh, I need money for a bus to get back to so-and-so, or, oh, my car broke down, I need some gas.
I need like $2.
Yeah, just stuff like that. And
I agree with that, because I came across something the other day, and then it was like how, like I myself am very like, I try to be friendly to an extent, like always wave at people and like, initiate the conversation, or just like, hey, good morning, or good afternoon, good evening. And someone shared something and it said something along the lines of like you don't have to be liked by everybody. Like you don't have to be so friendly. And which I don't care about being liked by everybody, you know what I'm saying? But I like to be a friendly person, like seem approachable, you know what I'm saying? But this year I want to be more of like,
I'm like the opposite. Sometimes I'm with this man and he's like saying hey to people, or like he's just doing too, for me, my personality and the way I act and everything and like just live, it's too much for me sometimes. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Well, this year I want to
I'm
be
like,
more, I
no.
want to be more direct as well, but also more like on my own mission
yeah,
in terms of like just getting what I need to do get done. And like, then after I get everything done, like for that day or for that, whatever my goal is, or like in that setting or when I'm feeling like that time of my life, just get it done and then help others, in terms of like, being friendly and checking in on them and type stuff, Like I just feel like I need to be a little more selfish this year in terms of, you know, enjoy my own company and, getting things done in terms of like, self improvement type stuff.
the reason I'm trying to look up something.
But I'm always gonna try to be approachable and, friendly, because that's just my personality. I like people coming up to me and like share. Like every once in a while, people would just come to me to share like their life story or like their thoughts. And I'm like, heck yeah! Like I'm glad that you felt open enough to come tell me these things, because by me listening to them and sharing them my thoughts afterwards, I feel like, heck yeah! Like I gave them some good, positive, constructive criticism or advice and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, who else wants to talk to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, who else wants to get some words of advice or words of wisdom from Javi?
Dang it, dust floating up.
Hey, what?
Need to do a little sweeping right here.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one of these things turned up this. Let me see this real quick. Let me see. I don't know if
Oh, this is Mike Tyson, right?
yeah,
here.
I don't. This is Mike Tyson. He has a podcast. I don't know if he's.
He has his own podcast.
Yeah, he has some good stuff. I watched a few of his stuff. I haven't watched it recently because of like the co-host that he was with changed, and I didn't like the other person he was with. I don't know. I just haven't watched it in a while.
Okay.
But this is a podcast. He with Terry Crews, and he says this quote. I'm gonna play it. Hopefully you can hear it, but you should definitely be able to hear it. And if not, I'll repeat it.
You're a friend of everybody. You're enemy to yourself.
Yes.
So I don't know if Mike Tyson made that up or he heard it. Either way, I saw that video literally like just the other day, and I thought it was super cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. If you're a friend of everyone, then you're an enemy to yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, I don't know. I really liked it. I thought it was cool. And I thought about it because you just said, like, you need to not be so friendly with everyone. Kind of be on your own thing.
I mean, I want to be friendly with everybody, but I feel like this year I want to
Even
be,
if you want to be, though, that's not
You don't
everyone
have to
else's
be.
goal. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
everyone else's mission.
Exactly.
That's
That's what I came across.
like everyone has, not everyone, but oftentimes people have ulterior motives, right? And they're like, oh, I can use this person for this or that or whatever. And
True.
it's not necessarily a good way of thinking, but it's definitely like a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's good to have that in your mind that is,
a possibility.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I've thought of those things. Like, somebody could use my kindness for their benefit.
Yeah.
Which I'm always aware of that. I think I'm really good at, judging someone's character in terms of like how they communicate about themselves and it like to me in a conversation,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, 2023 year, man, it's a new. Honestly, it's wild to feel like, or that it is a new year. Like I feel like this 2022, it went by so fast. Like Christmas went by so quick. Like in
Everything.
my house, we already took all the Christmas decorations down. Like usually, my mother would always leave the decoration up around like January 16th.
Not that late.
Yeah, she would. It was like a tradition she had back in the day. But
I think it was like the mid-Jan. Oh, well, that's like 16.
yeah.
I think it was like 6th. I don't know. Either way. Yeah.
Even then, like it's the
Longer than
second, and
usual.
everything is all the Christmas trees are down. Everything.
Oh, we are recording earlier than usual because Javi's got to go to Florida.
Yeah, I'm going out of town.
So
Heck yeah, I'm finna go to good old Lakeland. Might pull up to Orlando, and I'm definitely going to Tampa because in Florida it is like 80 degrees, 85, like nearly 90 degrees.
63 here. It's not too bad today.
Yeah, not too bad at all. But if you're in Florida and it's that hot, which most of the time it is, you gotta go to the beach. Like anytime I go to Florida,
Even if
I
it's
go to
hot
the beach.
outside, the beach is kind of like the water still usually kind of cold, and I feel like
Yeah, definitely. It
yeah,
is.
you ain't gonna get in the water.
I'll get in. Honestly, usually I can't lie to you. At the beginning of the year, wherever I'm at, if I'm near the ocean, I try to get in. I always see it's like a soul cleanse, like a new
Yeah.
year. Like let me just get in the water, wash away my sins, whatever. Like whatever it may be,
Your own little tradition.
Yeah, it's a little tradition I have, just to get in the water and just get out and be like, okay, boom, like let's get it. So I'm definitely gonna get in the water next week.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna get all the way in. I'm Yeah, and I love getting my hair wet too. I feel like afterwards my hair looks a lot better from the salt water.
Oh yeah. Anytime I've gone to the beach, like I just feel better, like skin wise and stuff. I don't
Definitely.
know, like the salt water just really helps me out.
Yeah, I actually saw this is a random thought, but I read of a study the other day about like people who go to any body of water, could be like a lake, a pond, a river, ocean, whatever it is. If you spend on average about 15 minutes there, there's like some kind of chemical that release in your brain that makes you more like less stressed.
It
And
makes sense.
yeah, so the day I came across the study, I went to a local lake and I sat there for like 15, 20 minutes, and I mean honestly, I felt really calm, relaxed. You know, just watching the waves come at me. I mean, it's a lake. There's not many waves, but there was a few boats going by and it caused some waves. I felt like I was at the beach. I felt like I was at the
You're
beach.
pretending a little bit.
Yeah, but heck yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what's up. So 2023, that's what we got planned for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can figure something out with that, and I don't know.
Now we know we're gonna talk about influential men that have been throughout history, and if there's anybody that you would want to learn more about or would want us to talk about, you know, drop it in the comment section. You know, send it to us on Instagram, Javier Berrigan, Stavo. Follow us, like our last photo.
I don't even know
Comment.
when I posted anything last.
Yeah,
Actually, it's been over a year.
for real. Heck yeah. I always at the end of the year I always do a little end of year recap, like annual New Year's Eve post,
Mm-hmm.
just to like, you know, look at the moments behind, see what's up, good times, bad times. But really, most honestly on social media, sometimes most of the time people just be sharing like the good times, like
Yeah.
the positive outlook on their life and what they want to share,
What if someone had an Instagram and all they posted were like when they had bad days?
like downfalls and stuff.
Yeah, just every time. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be wild. I'm pretty sure somebody out there probably does that.
Maybe. I don't know. If not, I'll give you an idea. Somebody.
I might do it. I'm gonna just go. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm about to say like hurt myself and then share and be like, dang man, like it was one of those
Yeah.
days.
So itchy today.
Itchy nose boy.
So yeah, that's what we got planned. That's what we want to do. Focus. We just want to, you know, especially like anytime it's the beginning of the year, everyone's like, oh, improvement.
Which is a good thing to
Just
do.
focus in on that and then see where we go.
Peace.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah, we done.
All right. Peace out.
Happy New Year, y'all.